While you're sleeping, I'm awake, guys, because I don't have time. I need to cash just XRP long before they literally make it fly to the moon. Listen very carefully. I'm going to tell you guys my game plan. And remember, May 19th is approaching, the most important date for XRP. Okay? You must pay attention. Please like today's video and let's go. From Mr. Man. CME is the crown jewel of institutional futures trading. So, introducing XRP and micro XRP futures. When is it launching? May 19th. As we know, certain products, right, and services that are attached to cryptocurrencies and digital assets either mark the top, such as it did with Bitcoin years ago, with certain ETFs going live, and then certain short, long ETFs. I don't really remember it, but I remember a long time ago, a certain product went live for Bitcoin and it marked the top. I think it was back in 2017, 18, something like that. But certain products, let me show you guys. Right here, there was a launch of a product for XRP. I forgot what it was, guys, but I know you guys remember. It was right here. They dumped the price. They scooped it up. I think it was 2x long, if I'm not mistaken. It was a 2x long. I'm pretty sure, which means whoever went on there, guys, they already doubled their money. Right? Let me just research just to make sure. I'm not like making stuff up. Anyway, look at this, guys. I told you I'm not making this stuff up because we literally cracked the code. There was this 2x long daily XRP ETF. The name of it, or the ticker, I guess, XRP, launched on April 8th, 2025. Okay, when did it launch? April 8th. April 8th. When was that? Literally at the bottom. Literally. It was launched right here, basically at the bottom. And I know the insiders bought that ETF. They already doubled their money, guys, right? Because it was a 2x long. So that's how I knew. Again, they timed it perfectly. The next major date is May 19th. XRP and micro XRP futures are going live, guys. Okay, which will add more volatility to XRP price action in the coming days, and it's gonna either mark the top or the bottom. I'm guessing what may happen here soon, right? I don't know. If they dumped it like this, guys, and then May 19th strikes, they buy in, they pop it up to new all-time highs. Something like this would make sense because they did it over here. They literally dumped it. The 2x long ETF got launched there. They bought it all up and never came back down there. So listen. Hey, market makers. I have my last 1,000 XRP. I'm trying to go long. Okay. That's the only XRP I do have. And I'm waiting for the perfect opportunity to go all in, okay, on a leverage long. It is going to be risky, but I have to take that risk, guys, right? Because I need to at least try to get back to where I was before. But yeah, and then the target will be all the way up there because that's where Bitcoin is, and Bitcoin will be heading to new heights as well, right? So, and not to mention the reason why, in my opinion, they would dump it is because they want cheap XRP, right? Then they could add leverage as well to that XRP and make even more money. I'm talking about the insiders. If they were to dump it. But this isn't financial advice. I don't know. I'm just trying to think ahead. Trade regulated, CME group, capital efficient futures on XRP. These two contracts allow you to gain access or hedge against price volatility without requiring a crypto wallet. So this is going to be massive, guys. The launch falls just days before the May 22nd full moon, known historically for liquidity highs and culmination. Right? It is going to be used for more manipulation, guys, but I'm pretty sure they're going to manipulate it before they launch this or around this time. Okay, so watch out. This isn't financial advice once again. And I do believe it makes perfect sense, because when I look to the XRP versus Bitcoin pairing, if I see a dump like this, perfectly timed to that to the futures going live for CME group, that's probably the bottom before they make it go like that, right? So it's gonna be scary, guys. But I hope God is in our favor. Now, Dark Defender comes with a different view, different lens, and he says we're just gonna consolidate here before the next high, before the next leg higher. If we do consolidate like this, that's going to be beautiful, because then we could just get in a long right here and ride it up. But the reason why I'm on the dump, the bearish side of things, is just because of this. They dumped XRP before the product went live for the ETF, 2x ETF long, and this going live as well. So in my opinion, they want cheap XRP, and maybe they'll get it.
You can put on your tinfoil hats if you choose to do so. This is an art,
because they literally control price, right? Now, this came on May 11th. What is an XRP spot ETF? Let's check this out.
Article from Forbes. I was perusing around. An article from Forbes, for those of you not looking, it says, what is an XRP spot ETF? Yes, for those of you who might have missed it, there are and have been rumors for the better half of like 6 months, easy, that apparently, allegedly, maybe-tastically, BlackRock is going to start filing for an XRP ETF soon. The idea has been that the lawsuit Ripple versus SEC had to end, and then we'd start getting like real institutional support, blah, 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 blah.
You know, when BlackRock goes live, guys, it's going to get sinister. I could guarantee that, right? There's like these products launched on Bitcoin, heavy. That's why we see so much manipulation, if you guys haven't noticed, right? Just look at this. How does this make sense? Okay, look, down, up, down, up. It just kept going. This price action right here is ridiculous, right? And everything else was quite normal. I would say so. But yeah, you could just tell by the way the price action moves. Like right here, guys, that's manipulation, literally, right? This is as well, this area. This is a bunch of manipulation. Just look at this, right? So the more products we see going live, the more manipulation, the more it is, the more easier it is for them to manipulate crypto prices, right? Either to the downside or upside.
So I saw this.
But again, manipulation doesn't mean only to the downside. It has the opposite effect as well towards the upside, right? Which means it could be a bearish thing or bullish thing. I think for XRP here soon with the CME going live, it's going to be bullish, but first maybe perhaps bearish.
Floating around, and I always have this idea personally. I always have this idea. Why would Forbes waste their time writing an article specifically about XRP, but also like Forbes is for rich people. Let's draw the line in the sand. Forbes is not for your everyday average worker. I think we all know that. Writing an article like this is meant to, in essence, educate people who are like thinking about getting into crypto. A lot of rich people who are like, I don't really know what to do, and they're more comfortable with the idea of an ETF. I think something is brewing. First of all. Second of all, 17th of all, we currently have almost 20 different XRP ETF SEC applications. Almost 20. They are nearing due, many of them. We heard before, towards the end of May, and throughout June, these things are going to be on the SEC's desk.
End of May towards June. Very weird. Yeah, it's going to get very crazy here, guys. The amount of money they'll probably flood in is going to be a lot. And I'm guessing new heights will be reached.
It's more than one desk because there's 20 of them. And therefore, we would soon be getting one as well.
So I feel like it's making sense here, right? And here comes from Dave Portnoy. Why does he own XRP? He says, quote unquote, FOMO. Wow. Bullish news. Interesting.
I remember I was trying to buy an apartment in Miami, and I got outbid by Crypto Bro. And I'm just like, that bastard. Yeah, he just bought, he heard about Bitcoin when it was, I don't know, $8, $7. It's up on 100. I've slaved for 20 years, and he just outbid. So, yes, there's 100.
I wish I had a time machine, buying Bitcoin at pennies, then buying XRP in 2014, right? Then buying Dogecoin, then buying certain altcoins, and just keep rotating the money around. That's what the insiders do and have been doing. Though the only thing is they didn't or don't have a time machine because they control it all.
100% of FOMO on everything. I think that's the meme coin. That's general. I mean, I don't know Bitcoin. I don't know if there's as much FOMO now. It's so established, but like that's why I'm an XRP. Like that it's FOMO. It's not like I have some grand belief in it, but it's what, $2, 40 cents or something like that. It's like, what if that's the next Bitcoin? So FOMO, I think, plays a huge part. I remember.
So everyone is basically already in an XRP. At some point, they're gonna take everyone out, either towards the upside or downside, guys. Right? So I'm gonna stop right there. Not to mention Ripple is still coming out and being active. Excited to launch our latest Ripple Impact collaboration with MC Social Venture as part of our Unlocking Opportunity initiative, right? And this pilot leverages the XRP ledgers to test how blockchain traceability could boost incomes for 300 smallholder farmers in Colombia, where most operate informally and lack credit, which would need to secure loans to expand their operations, right? So again, Ripple's not stopping here, but I do believe there's going to be a bunch of manipulation here in the coming days. So prepare. Again, we need to make it, guys, somehow, some way. Please, God. Hopefully, yes, we will. Not financial advice. Whatever says, so face me says. See ya.